Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. Now, I hope you all had a fantastic fall equinox, and I hope you're enjoying the choices that you're now all free to make. And I hope that Jimmy and Shayna had fantastic birthdays. It's always so exciting to celebrate a birthday during holiday times. Now, for the last several days, we've been gathering in our huts, our booths, our sukkahs, where we share meals with friends, shake the four species in all directions, and celebrate the joys of life, of God, of spirit, of freedom, of family. We learn the joy of hospitality from the founder of our nation, Abraham. Since then, fellowship has been so important. So let us now all come together as a community, a like-minded, like-souled unification of spirit, the collective consciousness of seekers coming together in a showing of faith, of love, a community, a chavura, a fellowship, my friends, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all. The community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Now, as a community, let us all spread love, goodwill, fellowship, and hope to the world. Now, every week, we gather to show gratitude, give thanks for the things we have, as we ritualize things that we do in our lives. We light candles, we share a cup of wine, a piece of bread. These things represent the gifts of life and the sustenance and fellowship that we really observe daily, but especially honor every week in our Sabbath remembrance and observation. Fourth commandment. Now, we recognize the prayers are done to both give thanks and to engage our totality in a sensual experience as deep as our core being, so that we can understand the joy of unity and all of the prayers done at the Sabbath, because they just bring together our senses all into focus, all into one place, as we bless both God and ourselves. Now, we begin with the candle lighting, which of course invokes our vision. Flame reminds us that within each of us lives the divine fire that can illuminate the darkest of places. We raise our cup, thankful for the partnership we have with creation. And we take the bread of the earth, the bread of life, and in tasting it, we share the grain of truth. Now, we do these every week. And these three things are the keys to life. Light gives us strength. It shines a light on the fears that we carry. And when we see things in the light, they're not so daunting. Water, juice, wine, whatever it is you happen to like, and bread, well, there's the sustenance that keeps us alive. We receive our blessings and the gifts of creation, of life, from God. And so these little blessings is our turn to bless God and to thank him or her. It allows us to exercise gratitude. And in setting aside a few minutes of sacred time in your sacred space, it is your chance to honor God. Bakodesh Nova Tahilo Osefela Dora Tahilo Osefela. Who is like you, O God among the gods? Worship. Who is like you, O God of gods revered? Who is like majestic in holiness, fearsome with splendors, working wonders. And God does work wonders, my friends, and that's just a little bit of musical liturgy done during the high holidays. Now remember, friends, this is just you setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space. It only takes a minute to talk to whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. It is part of your kavanah, your intention, your goodwill. And let's send some of that goodwill out to the universe. Let's invoke healing and renewal for everyone you know, and for the souls and for the spirits of everybody you know. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just goodwill. Focus on them. call their names. It's not just for the people. It is for our pets. It's for the earth. It is for the healing of the earth. The tikkun olam, that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Now, as we generate spiritual connection that unites each of us together as a whole, we can send healing and renewal energy out to the world. So let's send out special prayers for Joseph, for Bob, for Ben, for the bee who tries so hard and reaches milestones every single day. And for everybody you know, my friends, in need of renewal, let's send love, renewal, healing to them. Make sure you include yourself, because you need renewal too. We all do. It is the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love that we all send out that just circles the world, finding those in need. So people you haven't even thought of will feel your healing energy. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friend, never dies. Avotenu Makor Imotenu, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage, make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, let us say Amen. Now, Misha Barak, let us all have our spirits renewed, my friends. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as he has healed before. Misha Barak, may he who blessed. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. And we're supposed to get renewal during this Feast of Booths, or more commonly referred to as the Feast of the Tabernacles, Sukkot. Now, it's a 33-year-old holiday, and during it, you've greeted your friends with a famous phrase, Hag Sameach, which means joyous or happy festival. And yes, it's also the same thing that's said during Shavuot, the Festival of Weeks, and during Passover, the Festival of Freedom. And you know what, friends? Should not require a holiday to say. It's a wonderful greeting every day. And this holiday is very much about welcoming guests into our homes, our booths. As the great poet Khalil Gibran said, if it were not for guests, all houses would be graves. We are all contributing to the world through the personal characteristics we have acquired by way of our guests. Loving kindness, strength, splendor, glory, holiness, eternity, sovereignty. We were homeless wanderers, and we learned to inculcate all these characteristics in our lives from all the places we went, we've lived, and from all the people that we met and still continue to meet. Now, on each day of the holiday, it's mandatory to perform a waving ceremony with the 4 species, the Arba Minim. And that consists of the palm, the myrtle, the willow, which is the lulav, together with a citron, the etrog. Now we hold them. I don't have them here. And we say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al natilat lulav. Blessed are you, O Lord, breath of life, who sanctifies us with your commandments and has enjoyed upon us the mitzvah of the lulav. Now, and you shake this package in 4 directions. You shake it, east, south, west, north, above, and below. Now, these 4 species, as they're called, they represent physical aspects of man, as I mentioned last week, through which man is to serve God. The etrog refers to the heart, the place of understanding and wisdom. The palm refers to the backbone, uprightness. The myrtle corresponds to our eyes and our ability to see and to be enlightened. And the willow, of course, represents the lips and the service of the lip being in giving prayer. Now, to the Kabbalists, they also represent the characteristics of man. So they viewed it, they said the etrog, it has both a pleasing taste and a pleasant scent. So it represents people who have achieved knowledge of spiritual law and perform good deeds or mitzvot. Now, the palm branch, which can produce a tasty fruit but has no scent, represents those who have knowledge of the law but lack in performance. The myrtle leaf, which has a strong scent but no taste, represents those who perform good deeds but actually have little knowledge of spiritual law. And the willow has neither taste nor scent, and it simply represents those who have no knowledge of spiritual law and perform no good. Okay. Your goal, my friends, of course, is to be an etrog. right? But if you can't, governed by spiritual law and the power to do good, then be the myrtle, right? So regardless of your level of spiritual knowledge, open your heart to do good. You can always learn the law. Now, each day we bring all four of these types together to remind us that every one of these people is important and that we must all be united. And also remember, friends, because this is one of the three gathering festivals, Yizkor is observed. We observed it last week on Yom Kippur, which was its original and only time, and it's since been made a part of each gathering festival. It is a time to honor those who are no longer with us. Now, it's most associated with parents, but it is for any and all losses. So if you did not observe it last week, please do so this week. Light a candle, say a prayer. You're helping to elevate the soul of the departed. Remember, death is not the end. When you're sad, and when you're lonely, and you haven't got a friend, just remember that death is not the end. And all that you held sacred falls down and does not bend. Just remember, death is not the end. Not the end. No, no. Not the end. No, no. Just remember that death is not the end. Oh, the tree of life is growing, where the spirit never dies, and the bright light of salvation shines in dark and empty skies. Death is never the end, my friend. Light some candles, go and elevate a few souls. And just like at Passover, we've reached what we call now the Chol HaMoed, the intermediate days of this holiday. And therefore we suspend a reading of regular Torah portion. Pretty well ended with the Song of Moses last week. There's one more small chapter as a reminder of the blessings. And then, of course, we begin again, because it is a circular book and life goes round and round. I got a story, ain't got no moral. Let the bad guy win every once in a while. I got a story, ain't got no moral. Let the bad guy win every once in a while. Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Well, this story has a moral. Not always the best. And it will go round. It goes round and round. And we read it again. But we read it with the knowledge of what's coming. But instead of ruining it, it is enhanced by that knowledge. And we will begin it again next week. But before I do, I want to just highlight some of the lessons that we've learned during the year that we can think about while taking some time each night in our booths. And friends, please do pat yourself on the back. You have now read the entire Torah. Now, some of you read it with me 5 times. And I bet you got something different from it each and every time. So whether it was your first or your 3,000 and something, here's some of the great lessons that we've learned. We'll never judge by appearances. See, God does not judge based upon your looks or your height or your stature. God sees into the heart and knows the potential that lies there. Look into your hearts, my friends, and the hearts of those around you. What else have we learned? Well, we learned to think outside the box. Obvious solutions are not always the best. Be creative. Well, we also learned be emotional and feel your feelings. The great King David was the Bible's most prolific author. He was a warrior and a king. But we feel his feelings when we read the Psalms. And you too can feel all your feelings and see that it's okay to let your feelings out. We've also learned to take the high road. Circumstances sometimes put us in a position to take revenge on slights that we perceive as having been done to us. But things happen for a reason. When you take the high road, you sometimes feel like you're losing a battle. but you're winning in the war of morality. And of course, we go through that every Yom Kippur. Don't worry about what others think. Trust yourself to know what's right. Trust others to know who you really are. And friends, one of the most important things we've learned is love your family. Now, many in the Bible suffered at the hands of their families, and many of you may have suffered at the hands of yours. It's okay. Protect yourself. Don't be a doormat, but do not judge. Be gentle with those you are related to. Sometimes it is their own angers and fears that are being expressed, and their own personal resentments from things. And there are more, many more. And as we see them, we'll note them as we begin again next week. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Now celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light with all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everyone you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred, my friends. Remember, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let us send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive, learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy your journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives, my friends. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect, everything is linked together. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what is good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask for forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. And forgive those who've hurt you, as you learn to be forgiving and to be compassionate. The secret of forgiveness, my friends, of compassion and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land, your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill everywhere you go. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith and unwavering adherence to principle. Just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you, act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you return knowledge and nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in your body. Expand your heart. Quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power, my friends, lies in consciousness and the ability to be mindful, aware, present in all of life's circumstances. To make the most of your time. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed. And you have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everyone you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others, bless yourself, and love with the heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief, and do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other. We are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. And remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. And watch your words. They hurt you, they heal you, they imprison you, they free you. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. It's not just a one-day event. Open your heart, because God knows what's in there. God knows you ain't pretty. God knows it's true. God knows there ain't anybody ever gonna take the place of you. And friends, no one will ever take the place of you. So thank you for joining me. And join me next week when we go back to the beginning. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Bye.